We're live, Shecky. Shecky, it is good to see you today, sir. YouTube just sent out a big old email. Sorry, not Facebook. YouTube sent out an email. We just had an email come in. So, Shecky, we are now live on our YouTube channel. We are live across all of our other videos. If anyone's seeing any of our videos, hey, make sure that you go ahead and click on the link, check us out, and chat with Shecky and I here in just a second. And Shecky, we're going to see a bunch of people pile back on here, in just a moment. I mean, Shecky, we have a lot to talk about today. I am very excited to talk about some of our subject matter. And again, we see a bunch of people joining us here, and I'm going to just wait a minute or two as more people are joining us. Shecky, to kind of kick this off, we've been speaking a lot about Facebook profits. Well, we haven't actually been talking a lot about profits. We've been talking a lot about mobile. And if you do mobile wrong, you're going to give Facebook a lot of profits. And unfortunately, not you, a whole heck of a lot of profits. So we're really excited today to talk about a New York Times article just released. This was July 27th. Facebook profit nearly triples on mobile ad sales and new users. And is this going to be good for you? That is a really good question. So to kick this off, we have some other members who are joining us as well. Shecky, first of all, I would like to wish you a very happy birthday, sir. You are, again, 41 years old, which I absolutely appreciate. You and I get to hang out. Went for a nice 14-mile bike ride today. Definitely rocking and rolling. And I know you had a bunch of stuff going on today, too. So happy birthday officially, sir.
Well, thank you. We're probably a little bit off on those numbers. Both on my 100 miles.
No, I'm pretty good with math, and I'm pretty sure that the maths on that, yeah.
I'm good with both of those.
You're good with both of them. All right. Well, let me show everybody the story, kind of kick this off. Where we're at. So here, let me go ahead and join over here. Shecky, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Everybody's going to see my screen here in just a moment. There we go. Present to everyone. Yeah, you should see my screen. So here's the article that we have been talking about. Article here, Facebook profit nearly triples on mobile ad sales and new users. Now, the article I have a link to is also down below that you can go ahead and click in the description. And what Shecky and I are doing here is we're doing a little bit newer format as well, too. We want to keep these under 30 minutes. The main reason is we want to make sure these are consumable by chunks. So we're going to talk about a lot of things going on in the news, how it affects your business, our opinion as well, too. But remember, we're going to give you some links for resources here in just a moment. But the thing that we're talking about here today is we're really talking about Facebook's growth on mobile. So let me highlight this here just a moment. There we go. That should make things a little bit easier for everybody to read. So Facebook's growth grows to appear to know few limits, and even more, one source of its growth is set to slow down. The social network is ready with another. The Silicon Valley company on Wednesday reported blockbuster quarter earnings with strong increases across almost every measure. Facebook said sales totaled $6.44 billion for the quarter, Shecky. Could you imagine $6.4 billion for the quarter? I'd love to break that down, what that comes down literally to every single day.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're there. You still there? Your audio kind of went a little haywire.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, now I can.
Maybe it's because I'm moving on my screen. The main thing is to look at this is remember, a little over a year ago, there were just 1 million advertisers on Facebook. Now, today, there's over 3 million. So to go up 59% for more than a year ago, that's pretty interesting. And Shecky, I'm going to share with my screen here in a minute the presentation that I did for Baylor MBA graduates as well, too. I'm going to talk just about a couple of highlights there where we're going to dive into mobile. And a couple of things that I want people to really watch out for. So, by the way, this is going to be a great video to share later that we'll have, of course, the recordings for our list. And by the way, if you want to jump on our list, I'll show you how to do that here in just a minute. So basically, the rise was driven by strong mobile ad sales, as well as steady ascent in its number of users. So Facebook now counts 1.71 billion active users, up 15% from a year ago, and a sign of how indispensable the social network is to people. So here's what ends up happening. Let's go down. There's one other spot I wanted to show you that's really important. Now, this right here. To maintain its rocket ship trajectory and to avoid the pitfalls of its counterparts, Facebook said it was looking ahead and better to what it hoped to be a major business driver in the years to come. Video and video advertising, so just video directly. Facebook is, we see a world where video is first, with video at the heart of all of our apps and services. This is really important. I had mentioned this before, and I had talked about this before, that Zuckerberg had said, I think this is about 8 months ago, that he believed that over 90% of Facebook's platform by the year 2018 would be video. So, you know, the one thing that hasn't worked as well, kind of Shecky, we'll talk this as a talking point here in a minute, is video before. You know, why is video, and I hate to use the word, but exploding right now versus in the year past? I mean, for years we've had the ability to film video, but we'll go into that in just a second. So here's the thing. Facebook also acknowledged on Wednesday that it could not just keep cramming more ads into the site, something known in the industry as ad load, instead of increasing the number of ads in people's newsfeed. Facebook plans to sell more video advertising, which commands a premium. Other companies like Twitter, Snapchat have also said they will pursue this strategy, which has long been a mainstay of YouTube, Google's powerhouse and video site. So most recently, Facebook Live offering. You know, the Facebook Live offering is just something that just really is just showing up to be huge, especially like in our case study that we talk about Brian Johnson a lot. You know, the last quote I want to read off here, push is really paying off on Wednesdays, says users spend more time on the network as a result of increase in video content, of course, because there's more stickiness. More people are staying on the site just because we talk about this all the time, there's all these crazy, brilliant, super smart people, psychologists, psychiatrists, and scientists that are really helping to construct an algorithm that benefits you the most to keep you on the site the longest. And of course, videos like what we're doing right now keep people engaged and watching. I'm just kind of curious if you wouldn't mind watching the recording or watching us live. Put down in the comment section, you know, do you use video marketing right now? Are you using video marketing on Facebook? Are you using video marketing on YouTube? Or are you using Facebook Live video? I would love to know from the people, you know, watching this live or watching the recording. Put down the comment section down below. Are you currently using video marketing? So think about video looks on Facebook. The most effective video ads are really built for, Shecky, what is this word? Built for what?
Social.
Hang on, we get even better engagement with videos that are actually put together for Facebook. You guys can read the rest of your article on your own. I mean, those are really just the highlights, but here's something that that I really want to show you. Let's go ahead and just for a second, does this allow me to stop screen sharing for just a moment? I'm going to go ahead and pull up this other article. Shecky, you've watched the transition into video. As I pull up this other slide, do you have any comments from what you see students do or not doing with video? And then we'll get into the mobile video section just in a second. But your thoughts and feedback on mobile?
Well, I mean, obviously we've seen mobile just go crazy, and you know, a lot of people don't want to carry desktop computers around anymore, and the smartphones have gotten a lot more popular, right? I mean, they've gotten a lot more powerful is what I meant to say. And so what you hold in the palm of your hand now has just got so much processing power that the ability to watch video and do other things keeps increasing with every new version of whatever smartphone you're buying. So it only makes sense that the proliferation of video is really happening because of technological advances with smartphones and mobile. And so what's interesting, though, that I find is that, like, I feel, and I know we had this conversation the other day, is that there's a lot of people doing video wrong, or wrongly is probably a better way to say it. And, you know, the same problems for advertisers are there whether you're on video or whether you're doing an image ad or whatever, right? You still essentially have literally milliseconds to capture somebody's attention. So just because you're doing Facebook Live or you're doing a video ad, it doesn't necessarily mean you can slack off and go, hey, what's up? Here's kind of what we're going to talk about. I mean, it's a little different format than what you and I are doing right here, right? So absolutely. You got to think, like, if you don't have a way to grab somebody in that first second or two, and I know you and I had some heated debates about some of the ads that we're running right now, video ads that we're running. And so it's a situation where you've got to be on top of your game, right? And you still, at the end of the day, you still got to provide a ton of value, and you still got to give people a call to action. So all of those same basic components, mechanics of an ad still have to apply. And it's just amazing to me how many video advertisers that are coming on now are just kind of ignoring that. And so I think, obviously those people are going to get penalized with, poor relevance scores and not being able to really make their ads be effective. So it's just important to understand that. So, but I'm excited about video, and I think that, you bring up a good point that there is a bit of stickiness to it that maybe doesn't exist with other media. What's most notable is how Facebook is so awesome. They themselves as a company is so awesome at being kind of ahead of these trends and understanding what they're doing. For example, like first it was just like embed video in Facebook. It's like, okay, well, cool. It's like, how is this different from YouTube? Well, what we didn't see, both as consumers and advertisers, is a situation where they were really just setting the stage for Facebook Live. And if you read deeper into the article, the setting for the Facebook Live is really setting the stage for some of this virtual reality type video that's coming down the road. So, they're leading the charge and creating an experience where we're going to be living in this world of virtual reality, where at times it's going to appear difficult to differentiate between, just an article or a piece of content versus an ad, right? And those lines, of course, are already starting to blur. And to an extent, with retargeting, we are teaching people how to blur those lines, right? So it's just really cool what's going on. It's sort of scary in a way, too. As consumers, it's kind of scary to have all this stuff blend in. So on one side, we're scared because it's like, oh my God, was this an ad or is this just real content? On the flip side, as advertisers, it's like, that's really exciting to know that we can just embed right into the psyche of everyday life.
Well, let's talk about that here for just a second. I just brought up two examples that I want to show everybody, and it's going to be sharing my screen again. So here, check this out. So if we come over, yep, there we go. Shecky, you should see my screen now for everybody. There we go. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a second. The thing that I really show people, this is something that we, by the way, that we covered on our last the Scale Method webinar. And if you want to find out more, you can just go ahead and click in the top upper right-hand corner down below, and you can register and see that replay. But we go through an entire 45-day process where we're really talking about relevance with Brian Johnson. And you'll notice the first 15 days that we kicked off with him, what we really focused on was not just website clicks of 300. We really focused on page likes, video views, and post-page engagement. Now, we do this to really find out what does our avatar like to see. The main reason and the things we've talked about over and over and over, we do all of these activities for relevance score. We want to get relevance score as high as possible. The reason is because, well, really these platforms, what they really want is they want ads that are going to add to the user experience. Now, the other thing that we do with Ryan as well that I want you to keep in mind is, let's see here. Can you see it in? No, it's not listed in here. Most of our ads are mobile. Almost all of our ads are mobile. See, people like the campaign 99.9% of the time. We're always running a mobile-like campaign. And then we're going to retarget with some content that's highly congruent. Something like this, retargeting fans and website clicks. We know that we're targeting about a grocery store. Now we're retargeting with good content. Now, running likes to a page, doing boost post, finding out what content works the best, and then running ads is the best way to do it. Well, why? Well, let me show you. Because when I come back to this article here, right down here, we see even better engagement with videos that are actually put together for Facebook, meaning that we knew that people liked the page because of nutrition. Brian followed up with nutritional video, but it's done with his iPhone, and he makes it very in line for the information the customers are looking for. Now, I want you to keep in mind is this. Again, we're running most of this stuff and getting most of our engagement off of mobile. But because people are logged into Facebook, even if we only target people on mobile, we can retarget anybody on mobile that went to any of our sites or liked our page. We can retarget all those people just with desktop if we're looking for people to buy. Or in Brian's case, we retarget with tablet. Now, I want to show you these numbers and check it. I think you'll find this interesting because I literally just did this update just the other day. So here's a couple of did you know numbers that I supplied to some Baylor MBA students. So why market on Facebook? Did you know? I mean, everybody knows to market on Facebook, and sometimes it's just fun to go through the numbers. So 1.65 billion active users. That's 15% increase over year over year. Now, not just a 15% increase last year, but 15% increase year over year. Well, how is Facebook still getting 15% growth? If, let's be honest, everyone's heard of Facebook. Well, it's these emerging third world countries. A large percentage of Facebook traffic is actually outside of the United States. So these emerging companies where it's easier to get cell phone service and mobile internet, it's easier instead of buying a home computer, buy a phone, use Wi-Fi from a local cafe or whatever. That's where we're seeing so many mobile users come in. Now, 1 billion people log into Facebook daily, up again 16% year over year. Again, it's all about those scientists who really are paying attention on exactly what we're looking for, what we want. Now, 1.51 billion mobile Facebook users. It's up 21%. Why is the rise over and over on mobile? Very simple and easy. Because more mobile phones are smartphones which have internet access, which have fast enough broadband access to log into stuff and watch videos. Now, Facebook is really working on how videos load. Facebook's even looking into right now and testing, like in India, how do you select on a video, save it for later so you can save it when you don't have Wi-Fi. So you can watch that actual video later when you're not on Wi-Fi or if you're having a low Wi-Fi connection. So it's very interesting, and one of the reasons that the mobile usage is just exploded over the last couple of years is not only because of the smartphones, because how easy it is to access Wi-Fi. But I want you to keep this in mind, 823 million. 823 million only log in by Facebook. Or sorry, only log in with mobile. That's it. 47% of users only access the platform through mobile. 47%. So if we're running a like campaign or engagement campaign, I always like to say this, Sheck, you've heard me say this before, take the remote control of your life and advertise to people there for engagement. For sales, advertise to tablet and desktops. People asked me on another training that we did recently, they go, how are you guys getting such high relevance scores and such low, like a penny video view in the United States for your target market? It's because we're targeting people on mobile. Shecky, you've seen this stat before, over 150 times a day the average person is checking their phones. People are spending an average of over 20 minutes on Facebook daily, and that number actually keeps them going up a little bit, not down. Usually over time, what happens is people leave the platform. They find something new, find something better. Facebook has experts that they've hired that are making sure that you stay on as long as possible. 1 in 5 page views in the US occur on Facebook. We were talking about video before. Here's some interesting stats. Facebook has an average of 8 billion daily video views, 8 billion. People spend 3 times more watching Facebook live videos than a video that's no longer live. So even just giving your opinion, I mean, that's the reason that we do these live videos on YouTube as well too. One of the reasons we like doing it on YouTube is because not only does it get good search rankings, but as we're actually doing, and this video works across all platforms, very similar to the same. The reason I like doing stuff on YouTube is because, for instance, right now we're running a bunch of ads on a bunch of YouTube channels targeting people that look for very specific content. And right now, is if they see any of those videos that in any of our ads that are going on right now, a little button comes up and says, hey, we are live if you want to join us live. So YouTube's really pushing out their live feeds as well. The number of video posts per person in the US increased and the number of video posts increased by 94% last year. And videos have 135% greater organic reach compared to photos. So here's something I want you to think about. 8 billion views average per day, mind-boggling. 135% greater reach than photos. I really want you to think about that and how you use that in your marketing. Here's the other thing. People spend 3 times longer watching a video which is live compared to something that's no longer live. Now keep in mind, a lot of these mobile stats that are coming out, it's really tied around apps, applications, people logging into games, and of course the spread in third world countries or other countries where internet isn't as prevalent, but now it is becoming on cell phones. I want you to keep this in mind, to Shecky, I jump back into the conversation with you, is, there are 50 million active small business pages. Shecky, check this stat out. It's literally, what I'm going to show you in the next 2 or 3 slides is a huge aha moment. It was for me when I wrote it, and I know it's going to be for everybody else. 50 million active small business pages, but only 2.5 million of those business pages pay to be active investors or advertisers. Now, I saw this stat's about 3 months old, but I had saw, and this was more than 3 months ago, that there were over 3 million advertisers on Facebook. So I don't know if there's 2.5 active million people who didn't before, didn't advertise before. I'm not quite sure, but this is what amazes me. 75% of brands, Shecky, will pay to promote posts. Shecky, this is almost our ideal customer. These are the people that hit boost posts 4 or 5 times, spend a little bit of money, feel that it's good to spend some money, don't know what really happened, don't know the statistics, don't know the leads. They feel that they're doing the promotion like they think that they should do or they've read about, but they're not getting any results whatsoever. 78% of Facebook advertising comes from mobile ads. So I want you to think about this for a second, and I'm going to bring this back over to both you and I. So 78% of revenue comes from mobile ads for Facebook. But like we've talked about, if you're running in the audience network, right now the audience network comprises of showing ads inside of apps and on third-party partner sites. Shecky, can you do me a favor and list for me the third-party partner sites that Facebook will display the ads on for you?
I have no idea.
Why not?
What you mean?
That's what everybody else says too. So here's the thing is when you run mobile, there's a little distinction. Let's see here. I'm going to pull this up because I get so excited because I can share screens now. I couldn't do that before, right? So this is mobile audience network Facebook. Let me show you a little snazzy picture of what we're talking about here. You're going to love this. Images. It's just running just a little slow for me. Just a moment. All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen one more time, Shekels. We have share screen and share this screen, share.
There we go.
Oops, I accidentally hit stop on that for no reason. There you go. Present to everyone. There you be.
Yeah.
All right. So we have, let's see what happens if we visit page. This should be for TechCrunch. There we go. Now, this was 2014, so it's changed a little bit. But see, here's what happens is when you go inside and you run a mobile ad, it'll ask you, do you want it on the mobile network also, or the audience network? Now, what happens is the audience network itself, this would be an app, and there's 3 different types of ads in the audience network. You just select an audience network, and you don't have the options to select any of these, but this is a banner ad that you should see show up on a phone. This is what you call an interstitial ad. It's an entire ad that pops up over the entire game, and this is what you call a native ad. Okay, it looks like it blends into the page that you're looking at. Now, this had happened back in 2014. The problem is it's like, Shecky, you're a great case study, for example, of this. If you're inside one of the apps that you are on your phone, and this thing comes up here, I know you're going to be like, what the heck is this thing? Close this out. I don't want to see this stupid advertisement. And you're probably going to accidentally click on the ad because this little spot right here is so dang small to click on anyway. Yeah. And all of a sudden, now you're on a website. Now you're aggravated because you're on a website. You didn't want to be there. You don't want to see the ad in the first place. You just want to close the ad. And that's why people say, well, wait a minute. I get 10-cent clicks from mobile. Well, it's going to this interstitial, and these people aren't opting in. Now, the new thing that just recently came out for Facebook, let's see if we have it in the news. More people to an app Let's see here. Facebook is pushing more people to an app they didn't choose. Facebook, once again, is getting pushy about how people message. Let's see here. Let's see if it's the right article I'm looking for. No, wrong one. Let's go back. No, it's not going to have. They'll have some images here for me that would work better. All right. Here we go. Let's see what happens when we visit this page. I think this is an article, which is great. Here we go, March 30th. So basically, Facebook recently announced, that now that some of these ads will show up on additional websites, websites in their own network, very much like the Google Display Network. I'm trying to see. I'm going to see if I can find one more example. It's very important. Facebook Audience Network. Let's see if I can do this here real quick. Facebook Audience Network. News. No, all. There's a new announcement by Facebook that their ads are going to show more than in just inside of apps. That's April 30th. These are still inside of apps. You can see where the banner would play down here below, or Shecky, if you were scrolling through a bunch of news feeds on another website, your ad may pop down here in the middle.
Right.
Now, let's see here. Audience Network. So where ads run on the Audience Network? Here's the big question. What do they say? And is the page dead? Ad campaigns run to Audience Network can appear on website, apps, video players, and instant articles, making it possible for advertisers to reach their audience in more places. So let me build this up so everybody can see this. No, I'm going to take a survey. Where ads runs depend on the kind of ad it is. Object, are they video views or video campaigns? Creative format, video only. Ads can run in breaks of content and instant articles, right? A product that we built specifically for publishers to distribute fast, interactive articles. Okay, so those are articles that are hosted directly on Facebook. Facebook ads would autoplay with sound off, but only when the ad is in view. Okay, very much exactly like the way that YouTube works, okay? Ads can run in-stream in video players, just like on YouTube, on mobile and desktop websites. In-stream video ads will run in pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll on third-party apps, so not necessarily in the news feed. But if you're watching a video on a CNN article, it could pop up on a CNN article. Only ads in 1:19 or 16:9 ratio will be delivered. I don't know what that means. Will only run videos in-stream if they're between 10 and 30 seconds in length and are delivered to video players designed with a 16:9 aspect ratio. So that's just the dimensions of the videos. So you can use website clicks, website conversions. It's typically used for mobile app installs. Ads can run in native placements on apps, so it looks like it's congruent, mobile websites, and in instant articles. Ads can run with a 320 by 5 banner. Advertisers, here's the thing, Shecky, drum roll. Will you read that for me, Shecky?
Advertisers can't choose where their ads run on Audience Network. If an ad is eligible to run a news feed, we'll run on Audience Network as well and deliver the right placements to ensure a positive user experience.
So, Shecky, when I asked you specifically, where do these ads run, you were absolutely 100% right. You're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You have no idea where your ads are being shown at. Like, for example, if I show you, Shecky, I don't know why I've gotten so dang excited with screen share today. I'll just show you this one last example.
The kid in the candy store.
Dude, it really is. I mean, the content. I hope everybody's enjoying the content here. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, make sure you post down below. I'll check it out in a minute. But again, if you want to check out any of our content or information, you can see our latest webinar that we just did in the top right-hand side. You can see information more about Social Media Ad Genius, how we train people to do this. Obviously, I'm very passionate about this because I really do. I know it can really help people, and I love this stuff. So let me just show you this here. Shecky, I haven't even shown you this yet, which is really exciting. Let me just blow this screen up right here. Go ahead. These would be YouTube ads. Now, the big thing that I love about YouTube ads that I want to talk about for just a second, especially like video, is, let's see here, where we at? We have video, we have at my ads, video targets. Here we go. So inside my video targets, what we can do, Shecky, is I can target people specifically on age. Great, our avatar is 35 to 55. Great. I can also target specific people with specific YouTube channels. Well, great. We know people that are celebrities out there that are teaching similar things that we are, just a little bit different strategy. We know, for example, Todd Brown's a great friend and colleague. I can target all of Todd Brown's videos. So if somebody watches Todd Brown's videos, I can see where they replay those videos at, right? Which I'm going to show you here in a second. I can target if someone watches a YouTube video on Facebook to learn how to install a pixel, and we can run our own video back to that individual. So I know exactly who I can target. Now, the thing with Google that I love is, let's go to placements here just real quick. All right. See, I can actually target, someone created a video that's 5 cent CPC Facebook ads in the US, November 2015. I can target these individual videos. So if they've watched these videos, watch this, Shecky. I can see where the ads are shown for retargeting. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've gotten, just for comparison, let's move this over to the side. So we've gotten 68 video views at 15 cents where someone was retargeted and they saw our video on Yahoo. And it was an in-stream video. I mean, our video played in stream. If they went to the Yahoo search engine, I mean, is that relevant to our avatar?
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bland and vanilla, right? The thing is let's see here, video search, DNC live.
Kurt, if I can just jump in for a minute, the issue here is that from a standpoint of targeting on the Google network, let's say YouTube in this case, just your ability to advertise to other gurus, for example, or trainers, or other people that are like searching for an ad about retargeting pixels or things like that. It gives you a lot better control than what we just talked about with Facebook. So it's not so much where where they land on, right? Like whether they're landing on Yahoo or whatever. Yeah. It's the fact that your targeting is really, really dialed in. And it's interesting to me, as great as Facebook is, this to an extent on YouTube, at least for us, for our niche, and I would venture to say it's probably true of other niches that have, like certain keyword terms or certain, big personalities within that niche that you could target that you may not be able to do that on Facebook. And so, I mean, that said, knowing that Facebook's pretty aggressive about this stuff, it's probably not going to be very long till you can do that on Facebook as well.
Well, there's a couple of points I want to make here. I mean, you make some interesting points. I mean, point number one is, with Facebook, you're targeting the type of individual and will they like this content? Right. And what we're doing is we're saying we're using Google and YouTube for the best of their abilities. And for example, like I have here, okay, anybody who looks up, you and I talked about this morning, anybody who looks up the Facebook term or looks up on YouTube on how to do something, like how to install a Facebook pixel. I can look at all of those videos and target all of those videos. So if you're in a business, which many people are, that people may say, hey, I'm really interested. How about, and they look for YouTube to answer a question. Those are people that you can target. You can target all your competitors so someone can write all of this content like we have some of our competitors that have. And if anybody watches this video, it's going to pop up. But Shecky, here's the other thing. So not only can I see where these listings are, right? I can see little things, PSA killers. I don't even know what that is, but we can check out the site. Oh, okay. So this is just somebody had wrote a blog. So okay, I don't mind if our content shows up there, and our content would show up in this pre-roll, which is right here, right? Okay, that's great. So if I knock this out, I want to show you one more part here that's really important. So if you go to managed, here's the one thing that Facebook doesn't have. So I can make sure, Shecky, that I don't want any of our videos to run on anything for mobile apps for phones, because the video like you and I are doing right now are at 36 minutes. The videos that you and I recorded are 2 or 3 minutes long. I don't want it played inside of a video app. And the other thing is look at this on the right-hand side. I don't want stuff that plays for games. Our stuff isn't suitable for teens, meaning they don't buy it, so why contact them? Adults-only content, not required. Sensitive social issues. The thing is I don't want some political unrest going on in Pakistan and our ad be playing like the one that you and I did, right? When we're going back and forth and we're saying, oh my God, the sky's falling. I don't want that played next to tragedy and conflict, adult content. I don't want that to play next to sensitive social issues like politics because that doesn't align.
Right,
See,
and those are great exclusions, so it makes sense.
So I know that we are targeting very specifically people who are interested in our content, and our ad's not going to run, which I'm sure you've seen online, Checky, like where you see like the death of a grandmother, and you're reading an article on the death of a grandmother, and then there's an advertisement on the right-hand side for like old people homes, right? And it's like it's just ads just aren't appropriate. So go ahead. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day is mobile's expanding because of third world countries or places that didn't have much internet. Internet speeds are getting a lot faster. Bandwidth is getting a lot faster. Videos are getting a lot smaller, so people are being, it's easier to use videos. I mean, Checky, you've been in this business owning entrepreneurial game. Have you ever in your life seen videos in advertising like people are using them now? Or you made a comment about how everybody's a Facebook Live expert now.
Yeah, it was kind of a facetious comment, but yes, it's just interesting. I know we're kind of out of time, and I want to just sort of leave you with some thoughts of where I think things are going. Okay, so we got to this point where some of this conversation today was about why we want to keep videos short and occasional limited bandwidth and things like that, and where people may not be as apt to buy on a mobile device as they would on their desktop device or laptop, right? And all true, except we got to think about one thing. It's important for us to get good at this stuff now. Why? Because the next layer is, one of the things we didn't really talk about is Facebook, not some other company, is testing right now the drone capability to layer the entire planet with high-speed Wi-Fi. You're going to be able to sit on the South Pole in Antarctica and have Wi-Fi, should you decide you want it. Okay?
But here's the thing. And why does Facebook care about people getting Wi-Fi?
Well, exactly because of the stuff we're talking about, because it allows us to move in and advertise everywhere, right? Facebook is becoming, to a certain extent, kind of Big Brother-ish. Again, this is not a judgmental comment, it's just an observation. So it's interesting, I would say the people that are watching this, learn this stuff, get good at this stuff, because the opportunities that exist for us over the next 4, 5, 8, 10 years with this stuff, as we're able to blanket the world with a high-speed Wi-Fi, where some of the issues that we talk about today with bandwidth are going to be gone in a couple of years, right? It's just going to be, this is like game changer. So anyway, I just think there's some really exciting stuff coming, not only just now, but as things are evolving, but we can already see what that next layer looks like. And things are changing very, very quickly. But from a standpoint of your own success and learning and foundation, if you get some of the basics of this stuff down right now, you're going to be so far ahead of the game of the other people that are trying to figure this out a year or two from now. So no time like the present.
Yeah, the thing is check. We've talked about this kind of stuff for years, but really, what ends up happening, like, all you have to have is good consistency. You don't have to pay attention to the latest, greatest trends. Just know where things are going to go. Now, I don't know about you, Checky, but what I really enjoy, like one of the things about YouTube, is if you're watching the recording, this doesn't work in real life. Too bad it doesn't. But if you're watching the recording and you go to the bottom right-hand side over there, you'll see a little gear. And inside that little gear, you can play videos up to 2 times as fast. So I love to get to know people and seeing their content, but sometimes I'll be working on an email and I can listen to a video in the background, or I'm really curious on what they're looking at, what they're doing. I love when people share their screens. So it helps me digest information faster. And I like it, and we do this with a lot of our videos, I like it where I can watch the video, but I can also read the transcript if I want it down below.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, here's a tip for you. video marketing, and I got to get a little bit better about this on our YouTube marketing, but especially do this for your Facebook marketing, upload your transcriptions. Because remember how I read in the article that says that Facebook sound doesn't play unless someone clicks on it? Well, they could be reading your descriptions, never even click to hear the sound in your video, still be told everything that they need to build that rapport or take those next steps. That would kind of be classified, Shecky, like we had talked about as a video sales letter, but we don't have time to get into that today.
And many people can read faster than they can listen, you know, obviously even with the ability to speed things up. And the way that video plays without audio is still really a great attention grabber, because there's all this movement and things like that and kind of forces your eyes to see it. So yeah, I just think it's great. I will say on a side note, I'm very proud of the fact that, considering the average person checks their phone 150 times a day, I'm very proud of the fact that I've got mine down to 62.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. So Shecky, today is your birthday. Very important day today. I'm very happy that on this day, a couple of years ago, that you were born. So Shecky, do you have any last closing parting words for the amazing individuals that are watching us live or that will be watching the recording over the next 7 days?
I want to thank my mom for 8.5 hours of labor and for putting up with all the BS of delivering me into this beautiful world, and for putting up with me for all these many years. That's it.
What about all the rest of us that take you on as family?
Well,
she asked you, would we do it by choice?
I think she did it by choice. Yeah, I mean, you know, so yeah.
That's any other closing words?
No, I want to thank everybody for being, not just my mom, but I want to thank everybody for being here. And I'm kind of liking this new format, even though I knew you and I would never be able to stay to 30 minutes. But hey, we're working on that.
Absolutely. All right. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, Divine Relations, type down in the comments down below. We also have a link to go see the latest recording of this. Of the scale method that we recently went over step by step, 12 steps, especially how we get all these stats that we talk about. You can also go ahead and click up here. It's called a YouTube card. You can either do it on a mobile, desktop, whatever you're on. When you click on that, you'll see a couple of different options. And the options that you're going to see just listed is you'll see the replay of the scale method. Definitely check that out if you haven't already seen that replay. You'll see choose your own adventure. If you kind of want to choose your own experience and how to learn on how we're scaling the ads, you can do that. Those are all free YouTube videos. We also have, if you're interested in Social Media Ad Genius, if you're just getting started with Facebook ads, it's a great place to get started. Again, you just click on that little eye icon right down over here. It'll give you a list. See some of the testimonials and success stories. And the last card I put in there too is, if you're interested in any of the other content, Shecky and I do this every single week. Monday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, or click on one of the links down there in the description or up over here on the right-hand side. Make sure that you get onto our email list as well too. We'll send you updates when we're doing these live events. When we have live special trainings as well too. We've helped thousands of people in the world, and I love what we get to do every single day. Shecky, I am happy that you are here as well too.
Thank you, brother.
All later next week. Make sure you check out the recordings over there down below. We will see you all later. Thanks, Shecky. Have a great birthday, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Take care. Bye.